I want to explain to you how I was able to discover the style that fits me best and also give you some ideas that can help you discover what's going to fit your style of trading best with your personality. I learned this from my show, Be the Trader, from interviewing multiple traders. If you're curious about those episodes that release every Monday and Wednesday at noon, every week. So first off, just to give you a background, for me, after trading for 2.5 years of no success, I tracked everything and I figured out what worked for me was shorting. And because I tracked everything, I was like, you know what? Now I know what works, and I focused on that. But maybe you're just started trading and you're like, I don't have 2 years yet. I have only been trading for 3 months or a year or 2 days. If that's the case, let me give you some ideas and some thoughts to ask yourself these questions and discover maybe swing trading's for you, maybe scalping's for you, maybe day trading's for you, maybe intraday swing trading is for you. There's so many ways to go about trading, which is awesome because now you have options and you can figure out what fits you best. Now think back when you were younger, when you played sports, or when you were a gamer. I'm gonna give a couple of examples, so stay with me here. Let's say you were in boxing. And if you're in boxing, if you were a boxer who's very aggressive, who wanted to wear your opponent out really quickly, just came in hard, you could possibly be a scalper because you need quick reactions, right? You need to make sure you dodge, you need to make sure you attack. Maybe you're a tennis player and you were hitting back and forth really quickly. That could have fast reaction time, right? That could also lean towards scalping. Maybe you're a gamer, first person shooter, and you're like going quick and you're a running gunner is what we call them. Someone who just runs and guns and does really well, has quick reactions, knows how to think on their feet to get out of situations. Maybe you want to be a scalper. But this doesn't mean you need to be a scalper. This is just an idea. Because if you were a boxer and you were someone who laid back and waited and wore your opponent out by just letting them exhaust all their energy and then you attacked, that could indicate you might lean more towards the sniper mentality. Someone who is calm, patient, waits for the right entry, waits for the right move, waits for that one setup. Or it could indicate that you're a swing trader, that you're someone who wants to be patient again and wait for the longer move, wait for the end move, right? You want to win the game, to win the boxing match. If you're a gamer and you found yourself sniping and you wanted to just be patient, one shot, one kill, same mentality. That could lean towards day trading, but a selective criteria. I don't want to scalp everything. I just want to day trade that one stock with that one setup and wait for it to nail it. Now, another way you can discover what's going to work for you is not just by personality, right? These are just ideas. Doesn't mean for sure this is what you need to do. This is just to give you an idea of what direction you possibly want to look at, right? If you're someone who's busy, you're a mom and you're constantly working, or you're an executive at a job and you're constantly busy, you don't have time to day trade all day. Instead, you could swing trade. Someone who just places a trade, lets it go out for days, maybe weeks, until it's your profit target or your stop. There's many ways to go about trading. And you need to understand that. And you need to understand that you should try different ways. And by doing so, you'll be able to discover what fits you best in your situation and your personality. If you could find both of those and merge those perfectly, then you could be really happy with trading. The other side of it is when you're trying all of these results, do it with a paper account. Or if you're very stubborn and you don't want to trade fake money, then trade very small, like risking $10 to make 20 or something even smaller than that, because you're trying to figure out what works for you and you don't want to lose all this money trading different styles when you're trying to figure out what you want to focus on. Now, I can already hear it now. People are going to be saying, well, Alex, that's not true. I am someone who's a scalper. But I like to play, the long game when it comes to boxing. I like to wait and be patient. I like to play sniping positions in games. That's fine. That works for you. You've discovered that. So instead of saying those type of things, why don't you give some ideas on how it can help others find what fits for them? Because this is all about helping other people succeed and thrive. Now, with that being said, totally true though, like it doesn't mean that it's gonna fit you. Just because you're a sniper in games doesn't mean you wanna be a selective sniper in trading. It doesn't mean that. You gotta calculate what's your risk tolerance. What are you willing to risk? What makes you stressed out? Start asking yourself that question. Like, do you get stressed when you're in a position for long periods of times? Is it something you can't handle? Or does it make you feel better because it takes longer to be wrong, longer to be right? So you're not constantly being wrong. Are you someone who hates being wrong constantly, right? If you're a scalper, you may be wrong a lot, back to back to back to back, quickly in a short period of time because you're constantly attacking stocks. Granted, Keep in mind, if you're consistent and you know what you're doing, I'm not talking to you. If you're someone who doesn't know what you're doing, you're gonna take a lot of losses, a lot. And don't hear the wrong message. You're still gonna take losses when you are consistent. What I'm saying is, as you're trying to figure things out, you wanna ask yourself those questions. Am I someone who can be wrong a lot quickly in a short period of time? Not, am I someone who can be wrong a lot? Because that can be anyone. But in terms of in a short period of time or in a long period of time, what feels better to you? That can indicate maybe I should lean towards swing trading, because I like to be wrong. I don't mind being wrong, but I don't like to be wrong back to back to back in a 1 minute time period, right? Maybe in 3 days, I'm fine with it. But if you're someone who's like, I'm cool with that, being wrong back to back, because I get experience faster and I can keep on trading, and I'm okay with just being wrong in 1 minute, being wrong 10 times. That's okay to them. At the same time, it may not be okay with you. But if it is, maybe scalping. So there's many ways to go about this. And intraday swing trading is a mixture of swing trading and day trading, but maybe you take a position in the day and you close out in the same day. But so it's not over months or weeks. Now, if you have a lot of data, then you need to go back on all your data and look at what you're good at, and then hone in on what you like to do, and then pick that as your style, right? But if you don't have that data, then think about these questions. Think about the ways that you've handled risk, the ways you handle losing, the sports that you attended, the way you handle life, and start to ask yourself these questions and figure out what type of trader you want to be. Do you want to be the swing trader who is patient and waits for the swing setup and takes swing trades that go on for days, maybe weeks, maybe months? Are you a trader who wants to be in and out really quickly? Are you a trader who wants to be in one day and out the same day in a matter of 5 minutes to an hour to the entire day? Ask yourself this, and then you will get closer to discovering what fits you.